Many patients wonder, is a herniated disc dangerous? In reality, this condition can worsen significantly and lead to a series of concerning complications if not treated in time. Some typical issues include nerve damage, cauda equina syndrome, urinary or bowel dysfunction, and more. What is a herniated disc? A herniated disc occurs when one or more intervertebral discs located between the vertebrae and the spine become damaged and slip out of their original position. This dislocation compresses the spinal cord and nerves, leading to pain and sensory disorders. It's a common spinal injury. Specifically, the spine is composed of vertebrae extending from the base of the skull to the tailbone. Between these vertebrae are round, cushion-like discs that function as shock absorbers, allowing for flexibility and smooth movement. When a disc tears, the inner gel-like core can leak out, resulting in a herniated disc. This also compresses surrounding spinal nerves, potentially leading to serious health issues. Each disc consists of cartilage with two parts. Annulus fibrosus, the tough outer layer made of fibrous rings. Nucleus pulposus, the soft gel-like inner core. Under normal conditions, discs are resilient and act as elastic cushions, helping the spine bend and twist. However, when damaged via disc displacement, degeneration, or injury, the annulus fibrosus can tear and the nucleus pulposus may leak. Classification of herniated discs. By location: cervical disc herniation, cervicothoracic disc herniation, thoracic disc herniation, thoracolumbar disc herniation, lumbar spine disc herniation, by nerve or spinal cord compression. Central herniation. The nucleus compresses the spinal cord directly. This is the most dangerous type, potentially leading to complete loss of motor function and bladder/bowel control. Percentral herniation compression affects both the spinal cord and nerve roots. Lateral herniation compression affects either the left or right nerve root. By disc position. Posterior herniation. Most common symptoms include soreness, radiating pain, numbness. Anterior herniation. Intravertebral herniation, also called Schmorl's node. Herniation into the vertebral body. 1. Causes of herniated discs. There are many causes for discs slipping out of position, including spinal trauma from traffic accidents, workplace injuries, frequently lifting heavy objects using poor posture, e.g., bending instead of squatting can displace discs. Spinal degeneration. Wear and tear on the annulus and nucleus, similar to joint cartilage, leads to vertebral deformities, bone spurs, and disc rupture. Genetic factors or congenital spinal disorders. Repetitive motion, sudden strain from improper lifting or twisting, obesity, aging. 2. Common symptoms of a herniated disc. Risk factors include body weight, more pressure on discs, especially in the lumbar spine, and occupation, manual labor, improper lifting. Symptoms vary depending on the herniation site. Back pain and numbness in limbs are the most common signs. Pain usually worsens with movement and improves with rest. 2.1 Lumbar disc herniation. Typical symptoms: sharp lower back pain radiating to one side of the buttock, leg, and foot. Tingling or numbness in the legs or feet. Muscle weakness. Patients may also experience pins and needles sensation, at first gradually worsening over time. Difficulty walking or gripping due to muscle weakness or numbness. 2.2 Cervical disc herniation. Pain often appears in the neck, shoulders, and radiates down one or both arms to the hands. Common signs: pain between or near the shoulder blades. Pain radiating to arms, hands, and fingers. Neck pain, especially in the back or sides of the neck. Awesome. Pain increases when bending or turning the neck. Numbness or tingling in the arms. Is a herniated disc dangerous? Yes, it can lead to chronic pain and multiple serious complications such as bladder bowel dysfunction, permanent nerve damage, cauda equina syndrome. Conservative treatment is usually preferred at first, but in severe cases, surgery is necessary to avoid permanent disability. If nerve roots connected to vital organs are compressed, the patient may lose mobility in neck, arms, or legs. Become permanently disabled. Experience numbness, weakness, or loss of sensation. When the herniated disc presses on the brachial nerves, the patient may be unable to lift the arm or flex, extend it, severely affecting daily activities. If the spinal cord in the neck is compressed, it may cause paralysis. Herniation in the lumbar region may lead to loss of bladder and bowel control muscle atrophy and inability to walk. Dangerous complications of herniated discs. If not properly treated, a herniated disc can lead to serious consequences, including 1. Urinary and bowel dysfunction. Lumbar disc herniation can misalign spinal joints, compressing nerves and impairing sphincter control. This causes urinary retention, frequent bedwetting, full loss of bladder control. 2. Nerve damage. Continuous compression can permanently damage nerves. Symptoms include numbness in affected areas, persistent tingling, impaired balance and mobility, loss of sensation in hips, legs, feet. 3. Digestive disorders. The spinal cord controls many involuntary functions. When nerves related to digestion are compressed, sternal nerves, disruption in signals from brain to digestive organs affecting muscle contraction and relaxation. Internal gut nerves interfere with food processing and secretion of digestive fluids. 4. Cauda equina syndrome. This is a medical emergency caused by extreme nerve compression at the lower spine. It results in loss of sensation in the buttocks, thighs, paralysis of both legs, loss of bladder control, rectal damage, and in other surgical emergencies. It's approximately 60% of cases. Content continues. What happens when the very foundation that supports you begins to falter? When the pillars of your strength, your core, the spine that holds your entire existence upright, send a warning cry. Imagine your back, not just a body part, but a symbol, a column of resilience, a bridge between your past struggles and your future potential, cracking under pressure. That's the silent storm known as a herniated disc. It creeps in quietly, stealthily, but its impact reverberates far beyond mere pain. We live in a world obsessed with speed, productivity, and relentless motion. But what if your body says pause, reflect, heal? What if the pain isn't just a nuisance, but a profound message, a crossroads where your determination is tested, where your capacity to adapt is forged? Herniated disc is not just a medical condition. It is a challenge to your very essence, a test of your grit, your mental fortitude, your willingness to face vulnerability. This story of a herniated disc is a narrative of struggle, yes, but also one of awakening. You see, just like Thomas Edison refused to accept failure until he lit up the world, or Abraham Lincoln endured countless setbacks before freeing a nation, your battle with pain is a forge that tempers your spirit. The real danger isn't just the disc itself, it's the silence, the ignorance, the delay in confronting what threatens to unravel your foundation. To understand the true peril of a herniated disc, you must first know what lies beneath the surface, what complications lie waiting in the shadows. Pain is only the beginning. It is the herald of 9 potential enemies that can creep into your life, threatening mobility, independence, and ultimately the freedom to live fully. The first enemy is chronic pain, not the fleeting ache that fades with rest, but a persistent, gnawing presence that shadows every movement. This pain is relentless, a reminder that the damage to your spinal discs is more than skin deep. It seeps into your muscles, your nerves, your very posture, warping your body's natural rhythm like a discordant symphony. Think of it as a storm that doesn't pass but lingers, slowly eroding your joy and focus. Next comes nerve damage, the silent saboteur. When the disc herniates, it presses on spinal nerves like a vice tightening. Nerves that once carried messages of strength and sensation become muffled or distorted. This isn't just numbness or tingling, it's a creeping paralysis of your connection to yourself. Like Henry Ford revolutionizing industry, by streamlining processes, you need clear communication between brain and body. Without it, you risk losing coordination balance, even your grip on the simplest tasks. But it does not end there. A herniated disc can invite muscle weakness, a cruel irony when your body is crying out for strength. The muscles that support and stabilize your spine may weaken, atrophy, or spasm uncontrollably. This weakness cascades like a keystone slipping in an arch, threatening the entire structural integrity of your movement. Imagine Walt Disney's empire built meticulously, piece by piece. Without a firm foundation, even the grandest dreams crumble. Then lurking in the depths of this struggle is the risk of loss of bladder or bowel control. This is not just a medical emergency, but a profound invasion of your dignity and independence. When the nerves controlling these vital functions are compromised, the consequences are immediate and severe. It's a stark reminder that beneath the surface, the herniation is not a simple injury, but a threat to your autonomy, a call to immediate action. Another consequence is the creeping onset of sciatica, a sharp burning pain that shoots down your leg like lightning striking through your nerves. It is the body's alarm system screaming that something is wrong at the core. This pain disrupts sleep clouds, concentration, and frays nerves not just in your back, but in your mind. Like the relentless focus that Carnegie applied to building his steel empire, you must channel your energy toward understanding and overcoming this challenge. Consider, too, the possibility of postural changes. The pain and muscle weakness force you into unnatural positions to find relief, but these compensations warp your alignment. Over time, your posture becomes a shadow of its former self, leading to further pain and vulnerability. Imagine the Eiffel Tower leaning ever so slightly, its majesty threatened by a subtle but persistent tilt. Your posture is your public declaration of strength. Do not let it falter. Then there is the insidious threat of reduced mobility. A spine that no longer supports fluid movement traps you in limitations. Tasks once effortless become mountains to climb. Like Lincoln persevering through political storms to reunite a fractured nation, you must summon resilience to reclaim your freedom of motion. Movement is life, and losing it feels like losing a part of your soul. Yet another shadow cast by a herniated disc is the psychological impact. Chronic pain and limited mobility wear down your mental defenses. Frustration, anxiety, even depression can take root. This battle is not only physical, but profoundly emotional. Remember, Edison's persistence wasn't just about inventing the light bulb. It was about enduring countless failures without surrendering hope. You too must embrace the mental fight with equal vigor. Finally, there is the danger of surgical complications if intervention becomes necessary. Surgery might seem like a beacon of hope, but it carries risks: nerve damage, infection, incomplete relief, or even worsening symptoms. The path of surgery demands wisdom, careful deliberation, and a deep understanding of your own body's signals. Like Ford's constant improvements to the assembly line, your approach to treatment must be thoughtful, evolving, and precise. Each of these complications is a challenge, a mountain to scale on your journey. But it is not a journey of defeat. It is a call to arms. The story of the herniated disc is the story of reclaiming your power, of refusing to be defined by pain or limitation. It is the narrative of transformation, where adversity births strength and struggle ignites purpose. Your mindset becomes your most powerful ally. Napoleon Hill taught that every success begins with a burning desire and unshakable faith in the possibility of victory. Pain and setbacks do not negate that faith. They sharpen it. Like Edison's countless experiments before illumination, each day is a new trial, a new chance to move closer to freedom. When pain strikes, do not crumble, steel yourself. Speak to yourself as Carnegie might have, reminding yourself that obstacles are only the tests of the strong. Belief is the cornerstone. Believe not only in the possibility of healing, but in your capacity to endure and transcend. This belief is no mere wish. It is a focused, deliberate choice to see beyond present hardship into a future of vitality. Clarity emerges here, not just clarity about the pain, but about your purpose. What does healing mean for you? Is it to run again, to lift your children, to live without fear of a sudden jolt of agony? Define your vision with precision. Purpose fuels discipline. The discipline to engage in rehabilitative exercises, to embrace proper posture, to adopt habits that support spine health. Discipline is not drudgery. It is your promise to yourself, a pact forged in the fire of adversity. Like Ford revolutionizing production through relentless refinement, your daily choices compound into profound change. Consistency is your weapon. Action moves us all from thought to reality. Every small step, stretch, strengthen, rest, consult professionals is an act of rebellion against the tyranny of pain. Do not wait for perfection or the perfect moment. Act now. Remember Lincoln's persistence in the darkest days of the Civil War. The battle was long, but every decisive action mattered. Your journey is no different. Gratitude transforms the battle. Amid pain, there is still life, still breath, still moments of light. Gratitude recalibrates your perspective, allowing you to find strength in what remains rather than despair in what is lost. It is a practice that grounds you, builds resilience, and opens the door to healing. Adaptability is the art of survival. Your body has changed, your circumstances shifted, and so must you. Like Edison's readiness to innovate, or Carnegie's adaptation to changing industrial landscapes, your ability to adjust strategies and embrace new methods determines your progress. Flexibility, both physical and mental, keeps you moving forward. Resilience is the culmination of all these forces. It is the unyielding spirit that refuses to surrender that rises from every fall. The spine may falter, but your spirit must not. It is the legacy of every great figure who turned adversity into triumph. It is your inheritance now. The herniated disc may be dangerous, but only if you allow it to be. It is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter, a profound awakening. Your body speaks to you in pain. Listen deeply. Your soul answers with strength. This is the story you will tell, the story of overcoming, of reclaiming your life, of standing tall once more, not just in body, but in spirit. Stand now with the courage of Edison, facing 1,000 failed attempts with Lincoln's heart, unwavering amidst the storm with Ford's relentless pursuit of innovation. The herniated disc is not your master, it is your call to greatness. Rise, heal, transform. Your spine, your life, your legacy depend on it. Warning signs you might have a herniated disc. There comes a moment in every life when the body sends an urgent message, a subtle whisper at first, then a cry you can no longer ignore. It is the quiet warning of a foundation beginning to crack beneath the weight of your days. This is no ordinary discomfort. This is the herald of change, a signal that something deep inside your core demands attention. The herniated disc is not just a medical term. It is a summons to awaken, to listen to the language of your own resilience. Imagine the spine, the very axis on which your life balances, like a mighty oak, standing tall against the storms. The discs between each vertebra are the cushion, the silent heroes absorbing impact and allowing movement with grace. But when one of those cushions slips, ruptures, or bulges out of place, it presses against the fragile nerves that carry life's signals. The result is pain, weakness, numbness, symptoms that often start small, subtle, almost ignorable. Yet within these symptoms lies a hidden danger, a challenge to your strength and survival. This story begins not with catastrophe, but with clues, the whispering signs that your body is struggling under an unseen weight. It's not a moment to dismiss, but to recognize with clarity and conviction. Because those who heed the call early, who understand the signs, reclaim their power and prevent a crisis that could change everything. The first sign is often pain, but not just any pain. This pain has a character. It's sharp, sometimes burning, radiating from the lower back, shooting down the legs like electricity unleashed. It is the body's alarm, a call from the nerve roots compressed by the herniated disc. Like the persistent glow of a lighthouse warning ships away from rocky shores. This pain is your body's urgent plea. Ignoring it is like sailing blind toward disaster. Pain may not always be constant. It can come in waves, flare up after certain movements, or intensify when you cough, sneeze, or bend forward. This variability is a sign that the disc is pressing on nerves in a way that disrupts normal function. Just as Edison's light bulb flickered through thousands of trials before burning steady, your pain signals a process unfolding beneath the surface, a process that demands your focus. Next comes numbness or tingling, a creeping sensation that spreads through the buttocks, legs, or even the feet. It is the silent thief of sensation, stealing the normal feeling from your skin and muscles. This isn't just a strange sensation. It is your nervous system struggling to communicate through the interference caused by the displaced disc. This loss of feeling is a red flag, an indicator that the nerve compression is affecting the vital pathways of movement and sensation. Weakness follows, often subtle at first. You might notice difficulty lifting your foot, a tendency to stumble, or a loss of control in your leg muscles. This weakness is a symptom of the nerve's diminished ability to command the muscles it serves. It's like a symphony losing its conductor. The harmony breaks down and chaos creeps in. Henry Ford knew the importance of precise control and coordination to keep his assembly line moving smoothly. Similarly, your nervous system requires flawless communication to keep your body moving effortlessly. Another warning sign is a change in reflexes. Simple actions like tapping your knee may produce a diminished or absent response. Reflexes are the body's automatic safeguards, lightning-fast reactions that protect you from harm. When those reflexes falter, it means the signals from your spine to your limbs are impaired, hinting at deeper damage. Pain may also localize in the neck or upper back if the herniation occurs higher up the spine. This pain can radiate into the shoulders, arms, or even hands, mimicking other conditions, but always signaling nerve irritation. Just as Abraham Lincoln navigated complex challenges with unwavering focus, you must tune into these signals no matter where they appear, because your body's communication is never wrong. You might also experience stiffness or difficulty moving your spine in certain directions. This restricted range of motion is your body's defense mechanism, a natural attempt to prevent further damage by limiting risky movements. But this stiffness can become a prison, limiting your freedom and casting a shadow over everyday life. Beyond the physical signs, there is often an emotional undercurrent: frustration, anxiety, and sometimes fear. The uncertainty of what the pain means, the worry about what comes next, these emotions are natural but must not rule you. Instead, they can be transformed into fuel, the fire that pushes you to seek answers, to fight for your health with the same tenacity that built empires and changed worlds. Recognizing these warning signs is the first step on a journey of empowerment. It is the awakening to the reality that your body is a living system, interconnected and intelligent, calling for your respect and care. Just as Napoleon Hill taught that every victory begins with a definite purpose and clear knowledge, your clarity about these signs empowers your next moves. To act without delay, to pursue diagnosis and treatment with conviction, is to honor the sacred trust you have in yourself. It is to become the architect of your own healing, designing a path that leads from pain to strength. This is the mindset that separates those who succumb to suffering from those who transcend it. But mindset alone is not enough. Belief, a deep, unshakable belief in your capacity to heal and thrive, is essential. Just as Edison refused to accept failure as final, and Carnegie believed in the power of perseverance, you must hold fast to the conviction that this challenge is but a chapter, not the conclusion. Clarity sharpens your vision of what healing looks like. It is not a vague hope, but a defined goal, whether it's walking without pain, playing with your children, or simply living without fear of sudden crippling episodes. This vision guides your choices and fuels your commitment. Purpose transforms discipline from a chore into a mission. The daily stretches, the posture corrections, the mindful habits become acts of devotion to yourself. Discipline is the bridge from dipar to reality, the quiet force behind every great success story. Like Ford's relentless refinement of the assembly line, your consistent effort reshapes your future. Action propels this vision into reality, seeking professional help, adhering to treatment, adjusting your lifestyle. These are the practical steps that build momentum. Waiting for the right time is a trap. The right time is now. The heroes of history didn't wait for perfect conditions. They forged their path amidst chaos. Gratitude roots you in the present, acknowledging the strength you already possess. Even in pain, you have the power to choose perspective. Gratitude softens suffering and opens the door to resilience. Adaptability keeps you moving forward when the road shifts beneath your feet. Your body, your circumstances, your knowledge all evolve. Embracing change with grace is a hallmark of true strength. Resilience is the spirit that refuses to break, rising stronger after each setback. It is the echo of every great mind who turned adversity into triumph. It is your birthright. These warning signs are not to be feared but respected and acted upon. They are your guideposts, your call to awaken, to fight, and to reclaim your life. The herniated disc is a messenger, and you are the hero of this story. Stand tall with the courage of Edison, experimenting in the dark with Lincoln's heart, steady through storms with Ford's drive to innovate. Your body speaks. Will you listen? Your future waits for your answer.